listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
We click on these three dots. Company and company on details. We had seen, like the fiscal schedule, the account set. Now we talk about the account control rule set. Let me open this in new tab. In Workday, accounting happens two ways. One is operational journals. Another one is manual journals which you post through month end or like accruals or month in a decimal increase or to fix an amount of balances on a ledger account. For manual journals, here we define some rules or controls here. That if, for example, in a manual journal, I'm using a ledger account called cash 1 Zaulanzit and my approval threshold is 1,500 and the currency in that is USD. That's what I do. Anytime I use it more than 1,500, it should be more than 1,500, 102 or 1,503. Then it has to go for an approval. That's how we control the manual journals also. That anytime somebody uses this cash account and they put the amount more than 1,500, 1,2, they have to go for an approval and somebody should review them and approve them. This is just view account and rule set. And again, you can say create account and rule set. This is how you create them. Very easy. Now another one is account posting rule set. If you look at the view account posting rule set, just type view account. A ledger account is nothing but the GL account. GL out, yes, you're absolutely. Because while creating earnings and deductions for payroll, we add those to the respective GL accounts. I had that question. They are the GL accounts. Let me show you some account posting rules. Let's try this. Let me give an example. For your operational transactions, all operational transaction categories are mentioned here. These are your operational transaction categories like a cumulative depreciation, business asset accrued liability, business asset disposal donation, business asset disposal gain loss, cash transaction, and your revenue also. How it works. Whenever you create a customer voice in the background, Workday picks up the ledger account based on the definition defined here or the ledger accounts defined here. For revenue, as you can see in your screen, the revenue posting rule identifies the account used to record the sale of an item, typically an income account. Basically, Workday is telling you what kind of ledger account you could add it here. You have to add all your income accounts in this section. Left hand side, all these are categories. Hand side, you define the rule. As you can see, account posting rule is revenue where we have a default ledger account and posting rule conditions also. How it works is that suppose my company is and it works from top to bottom. First it will search the first condition here. Then it will look for second, third, fourth and fifth. This is how it works from top to bottom. The first system will take the moment. You will get a customer voice that what was the company. If company is SG and we had used OLB, we'll skip this because it doesn't match with our criteria. Second, again, it will look for another line and it will say, what is the company here? Oh, this is Metro Power, not the Blinkit. Again, it will skip. Until and unless it finds the criteria and dimensions, it will skip every rule, and you can see how fast it happens. The moment you submit the invoice, next second, the accounting is available for you. You can see the power, superpower, artificial intelligence here. But how fast it looks for the information from these rules. Once it finds out the condition, let's say we had used the SG company work, and the remaining category that we use was subscription. Then it will take to this leather account. Then suppose it checked all the 12 rows here, 12 conditions. It did not find anything. Then it will go for default leather account. That yes, I found nothing in the rows. Now let me see the default leather it will post to default leather account. What if default leather account is also not there? Then it will post the journal into an errors pocket. That I could not find anything to post. We are putting this journal into an error mode now. And there we will run a task called Fix Operational Journals with Error that we'll see in chapter 4 or 5 that how to fix those kind of journals. Clear with this. This section or this account posting rule set is used for your operational journals. Got it here. Now let me go back to the tab. We covered the corporate and these posting rules are also. The other option we have selected was journal reversal options. What if you reverse your journal? Reverse your transaction. Then the first option is saying that reverse debit and credit, which means keep them as it is. I'll use an Excel sheet here to demo what this means is. Let's say turn it down by general benefits. Let's add on what we have. How we have to enable this? Now what it means? Reverse debit and credit, for example. In our original transaction, let's put debit. Credit here. Let's put the other accounts in 1000. 2000. Let's put the amount as 199. And 99 here to come here in the credit. When we created the transaction, let's say the revenue category. This tool as accounts were hit. Now we have cancelled the transaction. What we are seeing is reverse debit and credit. This debit. We'll move to the credit place. And this debit amount, credit amount will move to debit place. That's all. Knocked off the balances. Is you. Clear on this one how the first option will work. We are not moving the ledger accounts, we just move their amounts from debit to credit, from credit to debit. Now the second option, keep debit credit and reverse the sign. Sorry, the first option was a different one. Let me just explain one more time. Reverse debit and credit. What will happen? Amount will be negative. Yes. Let me just give you that example again. Sorry, my bad. Reverse debit and credit would be. Now the entry would be debit. Suppose we are reversing the transaction. Now debit would be 2000 and credit would be in 1000. And the earlier example which I gave was the second option. Keep debit as it is and reverse the sign. This will suppose you are talking about the second option. In that case, what will happen is this was does it count? 1000 only. This was 2000 only. This will come in the brackets now. And this would be the name. Earlier which was in credit in the brackets. Clear with this example now? Yes, sir. Good. Now go here and hit. Once you are done with it, now after counting setup, we have to create the ledger. Just one question, like for the tax one we have not defined. If we are defining it, we have to define like through 1099 or something different for Workday. 1099 is mostly used for suppliers. When you set up a supplier, at that time I'll show you where you define the supplier. And here the tax. If we have defined for the company, then how we have to develop like there is create tax, something like that, or it's like it's a default for the US, one based on the addresses. It's not default, you have to define it. Now the next action task is create ledger. You have to go to this. You have to select your company, link it. And the type would be actuals. Get rid of this commitment, and this is an advanced kind of thing. We will not get into this budget and obligations. We will simply talk about extra donations. After this, the next one is create ledger year and ledger periods. For that ledger that we just created, we need to create the year and periods also. We'll say bink it. And fiscal year was 22. We are going to create only this one. This is also done now. Create ledger year and ledger periods. Now the next task is opening up the periods. In the yesterday class, we saw that how to create the periods. Now we have to open them for the fund action. How do we do that? There is a task called mask update ledger period status. Now we have to define the year here. It should be 2 weeks. Where is that? It's a practice there is. A lot of people have configured their own. Company, we will link it. All period. For practice, we just open all of the periods. But in real world, in reality, you would just open it when the period comes. For example, we are ending to January. We will say January only and then we'll open that period. But now, as we need all periods for practice, we'll see all periods for all book codes and hit. And it will not open like on the date specified by us. Like suppose yesterday, we have created one fiscal year for each month. It will not like take it from the system. Suppose it will just open 22 only and the period we are defining not on 23. We'll say open here. And if you want to close them, you would just like the close period. And does it. We have opened the periods also. Now we'll talk about creating manual journals, creating accounting journals. For that, we have a business process. Let's look at the business process also. Accounting journal. We should have a default definition one. And we'll talk about this business process and security completed in a separate session about that. For now, default definitions are the one which are delivered by Workday. What others you see here? These are created by people, the custom ones created for the companies, different companies. We can also do that. We'll see that in coming chapters. But for now, we'll just hit on this one. Now you can see, once it is initiated, the first step we have here, business process step. Once it is initiated A, then it will go to A, B. Then it works in the alphabetical orders here. First A, then B, then C. Suppose you have more step at B. We'll say B1, B3, 4, then C will start CC1, CC2, CC3, CC4. Now with this one, A initiation is here. AB, then accounting manager AB, this will go to the security groups here. People holding the security groups, accounting manager, AP accounting manager poiser. Then the last step would go to best accounting supervisor. We do not have all these roles. What we have to do is we should create one accounting general business process for ourselves. This will be good learning to see how to create a business process for yourself. What we do is to create a business process for your company. There are two ways. Either you can go to the business process. Business process is nothing the process to do business. If you just break the words, you define it. How the transaction will work. How the transaction will run to different people for review and approval. That is the complete process. How it starts, how it ends. For that, just look for BP. The short form is BP colon and then you type the business process name. In our case, we have typed accounting journal and we'll go into it again. We'll say click on these three dots. Business process policy, or you go to the business process here. Then you come to this option copy or link business process definition. And we'll say copy of business process definition. And you will see you put the name also here if you want to. Blink it. We'll select the Blinkit grocery delivery, not the company. You can create a company hierarchy based also. For all the companies rolling up to that company hierarchy, we'll use the same business process. Or if you want to define at the company level also, you can do that. For now, we'll say Blinkit grocery delivery, that's company. And will it? Now we'll get rid of these two steps because we do not have the roles created for this company. We'll just keep it simple. And we'll mark this step as a completed one. We'll click on this step here and go to status completion. And Rahul, who has the access to initiate this business process? I'll just show you. For that, on this screen itself, you can come to know if you click on the security group restrictions for the initiation step, you can see here it's self-initiating security groups. And then you have this 21 plus security groups who can do this. But if you want to define it, no, only a few people should learn to do that. Click on these three orange dots again. Come to this business process policy. Come to this added part here. You can add a validation or condition rule. No, not the condition. Not the condition is not required. Simply remove these people. Let's remove all of them. We can remove it at the security groups. Let's get rid of all of them. For now, it's accounting. Then who can review the journal? We have kept many people here, but we have not started to study part of it. We'll look into this later. On this, many people can review the journal. Once, suppose it is initiated by Venkat, then Avashi can review it. You have to define that security group here who can review the journal, then who can view the entire process. Like, I want to see what happened at what time, when it was initiated, who reviewed it, who approved it. This option view all gives you that access. Then view completed. Only once it is completed, who can see. These people, like I have not defined anyone here, but implementers obviously have the access to do that. Then who can approve it? We have kept 12 rules here. I can get rid of them. And let me say close, 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 close. Let's say accounting manager will have the access. And then ad hoc approve. You can approve it on the ad hoc basis. This one correct. This one requests the assignment reassign task. Who can reassign the task? Let's say, suppose the person who had to approve the journal is on leave. It's not available. He took some leave and he's not able to predict. The task is sitting in his inbox or her inbox. Then who can delegate that task, or you can reassign the task from his or her queue to someone else's queue at a similar level, at the higher level, who can approve that journal. You will see all this in coming days. Don't worry about now if it doesn't make sense now, because once you start hitting transactions, you will see all of these examples: how to reassign tasks, how to see view completed, only request the assignment. These are like initial days of learning. Maybe sometimes you will not understand future, but as in when we progress, because we have to cover a lot, by that time you will understand each and everything, and this will look very easy to all of you. Will it here, but we have to activate random security policy changes. Anytime, guys, anytime you make any changes to a business process or a domain, we have not seen far, but I'll show you in the security chapter. Domain is also a place where it's a collection of tasks and report. And to access those tasks and report, you need access. You need access, and then we add the just like we did now. We remove some security groups. We added some security groups. There also you have security groups only, and we add them. We remove them as per the requirements or the business requirements. Domain is a place where you have a set collection of tasks and report, and to access them you need to be there with the security group. We'll see that in coming chapters. For now, I'll start to activate pending security policy changes here. Activate pending security. It will put a timestamp like what happened at what time. Now we'll just confirm it. Yes, it's all changed. We want to be done. This is done. Now we'll create our first journal. Now we'll say create journal. The task is create journal. We're going to be all tasks and reports. Maybe it's not like having access to do that. Let me just define his access on our BP. This guy. Let me add in the interest because we just added accounting. Then we have to go to BP journal. And we have to say the access should be with implementers also. What's wrong here? Invalid groups. Let's see. Then review journal. Then what else? Looks good. What's wrong here? Should be good now. Let's activate bending security policy changes again. What's the error here? That we have done already. Let me activate this. A little key here. Let me see that BP again. It should work now. It looks good. And implementers. Let's see who has the access issue. Sandeep should be part of this. Sandeep is not part of this. That's why. Sandeep is there. Sandeep is there. Now should be able to do that. Create journal. The ledger is Blinkit. Accounting data. Let's select today's data. Now general source. I'll show you the task after this general creation. How we can create your own general sources, and I'll show you one more task of operational general sources. For now, I'll just select adult payment here as general source. Book code. I'll show you that part too. We have lots to cover in this accounting journal. We'll just continue for now. We'll create a basic one. And then we'll see the general sources, also how to create general sources. I'll just pick cash here. And I'll just put bank here. Bank is getting credit. Of course, it doesn't cost like put anything here. Let's put 50. Isha. And the cost center. Let's put ARC. And yes, we have to create a cost center also, just to show you that. It's very easy. I'll show you after this example. Reason looks nice. That's it. Every company should have a cost center role. Normally they would. A salary is like a salary is taken to a cost center. Definitely they should have a cost center. Not just one. Because operation is one, then your payroll is one, then IT is one, infrastructure is one. Like this, you have, a lot of cost centers. It's in progress. Why it's in progress? We have to see status history. Why the ledger? We are giving the company name. See ledger is just referring to a ledger is a kind of book. is a place you have seen many a shop, where they just write down how much I have sold today, how much I sold today, how much I paid today. It's a similar thing. Ledger is not a place. It's a place where you are selecting a company. We are selecting a company in the ledger. Correct. Remember the task create ledger, and we selected our company, and we selected the actual ledger type there. It's a place where we capture all the original entries. Simply just consider this as a book, where we are keeping record of all the transactions. That's all. As and when we progress, you will understand more about this. A little complicated. A little complicated in the beginning, but soon you will understand this. It's very easy. Now we have to see why this journal is in progress. Process history status. History is this, it's not showing me process. This process is real. We have to fix that BP part in the CPA. Why it's not showing the completed? It's easy. That's a good process history. Review journal account. That's all. Complete. Now that's why. It remembers it counted. It should be fine. Now what it's going to do? There are no steps in it, just one step account and element. Let's activate. Now let's find journals. This is a report of final accounting journals. National journals. Company VC. BGC should be BGC then. Here was to. It is December. And let's see what happens while it's in progress. What should the machine process history be? Created in progress. Why process history is not coming here? Business process definition error. Why is the bank code empty then? Bound. That we can put. It's not like mandatory value. But this one, there's an error. What is the error? from marking the step as completed. What's wrong with me? Let's go to this process definition. This is a little strange. Rover, accounting manager. Let me assign the accounting manager to what's wrong here. Some steps are out of order. Step PJ, we're going to make one with a consistent A. That would fix. Don't worry. Is it now? And now I have to assign this. What we'll do, guys, is that we'll go to BGC and we'll assign this accounting manager to Pirisa Serrano. We'll just say roles. How do we assign roles to this way? And now this is a great opportunity for me to discuss one more part. We'll see how can we assign the roles at the company hierarchy level that gets inherent to the company level tool. Now if you see accounting manager is blank here because we have not assigned this to anyone. Everything is blank here, typically. Accounting manager. If I go and select all of them to filter, you see everything is blank here. No one has been assigned as an accounting manager. Now I'll just show you how to assign the company to company hierarchy as well, and then assign the roles to Blinkit Holdings Corporation. This was our company hierarchy. We'll click on the three dots of the company. Remember, this is our company hierarchy. First, we'll assign the company to company hierarchy. We'll click on the three dots and we'll find a thing called reorg. Look for this reorg as you can see if you want. Click on this assign included organizations. Then remember we did create a Blinkit here yesterday. And hit. Now you type back here. You have added the company. This is done. Now if you look at the details here, under that you will see it includes this company now. And if you click on this three dots again, and you click on navigate hierarchy, you see this company is rolling up to the company hierarchy now. Clear with this process and check. How do you assign the company to company hierarchy? Great. We have who? Abhay, is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? You guys are on mute, but if it is not clear, just let me know. Now we'll assign the roles. We'll click on the company hierarchy. Three dots. Remember, this is our company hierarchy. Blinkit Holdings. We'll go to roles and assign roles. You can give an effective date of today's also. Let's say today's what? This is Madi, we'll say 12/22. I think today's 21. Based on yesterday effective date, we'll assign this account in my other room. There is a ceremony. Was it here? It's done now. If I go back to my company hierarchy now, if I click on roles, I should see that I can't do another role here. Let me pick this one. I'll hit here. As you can see, it's assigned to Teresa Serrano now to make sure that, yes, it went further to the company level also. We'll just go to our company from here. We'll click on roles. And you would see for accounting manager, it will show inherited and Teresa Serrano. Let's find out the accounting manager. Fit. Can you see? Inherited. It got inherited from the company hierarchy. As I said yesterday, it works from top to bottom. Clear on this, anyone? Right. Now we'll find our journal again. We'll make the changes and we'll submit it again. It can go to Teresa Serrano for approval. Find journals. Community. Then here is me. Here is your December. It's in progress. I don't know what progress this is, but we'll simply put an it here. We'll just make some changes. Continue. Let's make it 200 here. Here. And we'll submit. Look at the detail and process here. Process definition error. What's wrong with this one? Process definition error. Again a process definition error. Why? I don't see any error here. Let's create one more journal. This time it doesn't happen. We'll see. We'll stop here if it doesn't work because I have to fix it. Like what's wrong? Let me just put some other account here. Let's submit. Let's submit and we'll submit. Is the cost center of the other company. This is another one, but the problem is for this company. We're using the cost center as the other company. We put demo purpose on it. Tomorrow, I'll show you how to create cost centers for our company also. But I think we have to take a break today because I don't want to waste your time here. I need to fix this process definition error. Why it is that everything is aligned. It's correctly set up. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@uptalk.com.